Lego. Oh!
I got the volume up. Hallelujah.
That is hot, bro.
Well, you know, every time we actually
recording?
Yes, every time we actually record, you're so far that I have to like redo everything.
Me?
Yeah, your voice is something.
So turn me down to my headphones in. Just a hair. Okay, I'm good.
Is that better?
Yes.
I like to be able to hear myself because I'm deaf.
Well, I can hear myself, but I was like killing myself.
I guess. So what's up, everybody? We are back again. Finally, it's been how long? I'll tell you how long it's been, man. It's been so long. No, it ain't been that long. Surely it ain't been that long.
No, we did one like 3 weeks ago. Possibly.
Oh, it's just the last time we done one in person was before I got glasses.
That's true. He just wanted y'all to know he had glasses. No, I'm playing.
No, it's not. But I was just thinking about that because I put on these headphones. I was like, why is this weird?
Yeah, your glasses.
Because I think I do it without
Welcome to the family.
Yeah, tell me about it. You can't see, man.
You come to my house like the last 3 times without them, and then when you leave, you're like, I got a headache, but I don't know why.
And then you find out you can't see.
Yeah. You're going to be like me. So like 3 years ago, this is random, at Christmas, I was in Alexandria, Louisiana. And you know how Target, it's either Target or Dress Barn has a big red sign.
Yeah.
And I know Target does, but I can't remember Dress Barn. Either way, it was one of the two signs, bright red, and it was huge on the side of the mall. And I looked, and I was like, what does that say? And I wasn't far from it at all.
Right.
I was like, what does that say? So finally I come home back to Mississippi. Sure enough, blind.
I'll tell you how
see.
mine was, man. I was sitting in the lab and looking at something across the hallway, and I'm like, I thought I used to be able to see that. But I wasn't for sure.
But I tell you what, neither one of us is so blind that we couldn't tell how many people was here Friday night.
Man, let me tell you about it, bro. It was like slam packed like sardines in a can with water and oil. And let me tell you, the anointing oil was there.
Well, that was smooth right there. I caught that.
Mm-hmm.
It really was good, though, in all sincerity.
Man, it was
packed.
We had them lined up down the hallway. I thought it was funny. Pastor said that that those people out in the hallway kind of probably felt like they were disconnected from the service.
Well, at least they had a little bit cooler air conditioner. I'll give them that.
Back there in the back.
Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, at the end of service, when I walked off the platform, back to the restrooms, like by the water deal, whatnot, and then I walked back into the sanctuary, dude.
Bro, how many people do you think we had?
I know it was over 200, but if I had to guess, like a pretty accurate guess, I'd probably say around 240.
I'd say about 230. So we're pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know
It is a lot.
I don't know how much our church can sit by itself, but I
don't know.
We had chairs out, had front row, back rows, and then we had one down the side because our aisle's not wide enough to do on both sides of the center aisle. So we had one side.
Yeah, it was.
And then all the way on both sides down the hallway.
Yeah. It was a lot.
We'd probably set out, 30 chairs, 40 chairs?
Yeah, I'd say about 30.
Something like that.
Probably so.
And it was all packed. It was so packed, me, Carson, and Alex had to sit on the platform.
Yeah. I know.
And you did too. Yeah, we was all.
Yeah, we all stayed up there.
Just so there was room for everybody else to sit.
Right. I felt bad, though. You're sitting there in worship service, and you see these people coming in, and they walk through the front for you into the sanctuary. And they're like, oh, no. You can see it all over their face.
Yeah, I don't remember what was happening. I think it was towards the end, right before Brother Williams got up there with this lady walked in.
It was like the lady and like the 3 teenage girls or whatever.
I think so, yeah. And she walked, and she turned to go to the back, and then it was like, she's like, whoops.
Yeah, it was no room.
Not going in. Well, we had people standing up. We had 2 guys standing up.
Yeah, so
at those doors.
The 2 guys standing up were actually from Bendale, Mississippi. We went to camp with them. I know who you're talking about. They didn't have no room, and they didn't get there at a bad time either.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was. So I rode by because I was going to go by the gas station and get a water, and so here's what happened.
It takes me about 6 o'clock.
here's what happened. I was going to go by the gas station, get some water. And so I come through, I guess, about 5:45, and there was already 2 cars in the parking lot.
Was it that early?
Yes.
Okay,
and none of them was ours. Well, okay, so here's the thing. I got to the gas station, got my water, and got in line, forgot my wallet, so I had to go back home and come back to the church. By the time I got back to the church, it was around 6:20.
Okay.
And then that's when, like, people was
Brother
already...
Hicks and then we're already here.
Yeah, people were already...
Yeah, the people who got here super early are the people who come to our church functions, like rallies and stuff, frequently. So they kind of know the drill. Like, if you're going to get a seat...
Church started at
get there
7:30, and we was packed by 7:15.
6:50.
7.
I know our main pew seats were packed.
Yeah, the
by
main pew
6:50.
seats. We didn't start setting out extra chairs because we had already set some out, but we didn't start setting out the extra chairs down the center aisle and then the hallway till like 15 to 7:30, something like that. So 7:15, somewhere in
It
there.
was a lot. Shout out to Sebastopol and Laurel. They brought the biggest youth groups. They did, man. They packed it out.
Man, it was huge. And I tell you, but nothing was like the preaching.
It was good.
Brother Cornelius Williams, man.
It was phenomenal. I think what made it cool for me, or not saying that preaching is cool, whatever it is, but you get what I'm saying. What made it unique, I guess, is what I should say, is being on the platform. And you always hear Brother Williams preach,
Right.
but then you see him walk up there with nothing,
Except his hanky.
and you're like, dude, what? There's like no way.
And then he quotes the scripture for your consideration.
And then
And
you're,
he just quotes it.
you're just kind of like blew away.
Yeah. Left his phone sitting on the seat and everything.
Yeah. It's pretty
Like
cool.
he was ready to go. Had it all up here, man.
Took the jacket off at the end.
At the end, yeah, he was starting to get warmed
Woo.
up.
And
He was starting to get warmed up at there.
It was good, though. It was really good.
So he preached casting down imaginations.
It was good.
Casting down imaginations.
Did you write down some of the stuff he talked about?
I was going to, but the issue was, as soon as I started just going to start writing stuff down, I was like, you know what? I'm fixing to just be standing up and down so much, I'm not even going to have time to type anything down.
I was able to write down a little bit.
So I didn't worry about it.
I'll read to you 3 of the things that I was able to write down. This is not everything he said. So he was talking about the ways the devil will try to destroy you. He said one of the many things he said was there's troubles on every side.
Mm-hmm.
And he said perplexion.
Mm-hmm.
He said the confusing of your mind, and then the attempt of casting down. He said 5 or 6, but I was only able to get 3.
Right.
I wasn't able to get a whole lot, but it was very good.
Yeah, I like how he tied it in when he started going to the casting down, and he mentioned when he said he even tried it on Jesus. I was like, I know where he's going with this.
Yeah.
And then went to the point where Satan told Jesus to cast yourself down.
Right.
And I found it really neat how he was like, the devil is always pulling something out of your book. And when he made that motion, I was like, this would be the perfect time for him to have another book like he had at Peak and rip a page out.
Are you talking about when he was taking it from the devil's playbook?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, this would be really cool if he had another just like that one to illustrate. But anyways, everybody got the point. And
It was very good. Brother Williams preaches a lot everywhere. But I think since he was close to home, he kind of felt a little bit more comfortable. Not saying he's not comfortable everywhere.
yeah,
You can just tell he was just relaxed. He was
very
kind of
relaxed.
cutting up a little bit at the beginning. He was.
And then how he
really
all
good.
tied it back in with Jehu,
Yeah.
and then with Jezebel. When he got to Jezebel, I was like, oh man, I would have never thought to tie it in like that. But I mean, it was like
It was good.
spot on, bro.
Real good.
Spot on. One thing it really made me think about, he mentioned back when growing up and stuff, you just fought somebody right off. And he talked about getting on the devil's turf because the devil will come on your turf, or sometimes you need to go to his. That really got me to thinking when he said that. You have been doing quite a bit of outreach here lately, and some other people in the church. I'm not just singling us two out. I'm just saying that we, as a youth group, we have been out doing outreach, and it come to my mind that is kind of putting us into the position of getting out on the Devil's playfield.
Yeah, his turf.
Because here we are fighting head to head with him on trying to get these people to come to church. You know, here they are living in the city, and here there is an apostolic church, multiple ones at that. And then you have maybe, I don't know, you don't know what people think, but I'm sure out of, 50,000 people here in Hattiesburg that somebody is thinking, I'm looking for something more. I'm looking for a church to go to.
I think Pastor said the other day we could have 40 churches with 1,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
It was a number like that.
That'd be 40,000, yeah.
Yeah. So it was a lot of people.
And, so out of all those people that may be having that thought going through their head, the devil kind of likes fighting people by putting stuff in their mind.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so trying to keep them from really reaching out to anybody or really going anywhere. And so he's hindering them that way. And then here we are going out to where they're at, trying to change their mindset.
Yeah.
Trying to make an impression on their mind.
Show them a better way out.
We would like to have you come to church. So it's kind of like, I think about it, you're hitting it head on.
Well, I think Sunday after church was a good representation. It's kind of making, even though it doesn't seem like it. And, the last, 2 or 3 weeks, we haven't been able to really get out like we wanted to. You invite people, but as far as like the actual door knocking like we wanted to do, haven't been able to do it. But it's still, from the first 3 times that we've done it, it's still, we're still reaping from those first 3 times.
Right.
And,
and I'll be honest, it's, this is something I need to work on myself. But as far as that goes, when we run the bus, sometimes I get on that bus and it's like, man,
it's dreary.
Is this going to be a dry run? Because when we first started, we had 2 dry runs?
Yes. It wasn't until the 3rd Sunday.
So we've run 4 times.
5. It's been 5.
I thought it's been 4.
It was...
Because he's come twice.
Has it been 4?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was 5.
No. Well, one Sunday we didn't have church, which was the 5th Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew it was supposed to be 5 Sundays. So that's why we didn't pick nobody
So
up.
We had those first 2.
Hurricane Ida. That's what it was.
Yeah. So the first 2 were dry runs. And
the 3rd Sunday we had
third
Logan.
time we had Logan. And
you just have to know Logan. Logan's a character.
The thing is,
good character.
We since, let's see, from the last time that we did outreach, we hadn't, say we missed a week or 2 of outreach, but we still ran the bus. And in my mind, I fought the thing of, well, we hadn't done outreach in 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, nobody's gonna come.
How's this gonna play out? If you hadn't done outreach, hadn't made that connection with somebody, are they gonna be looking for you?
Right.
Are they even gonna be home?
It's the thoughts that run through your mind. But I mean, and this is not putting us above anybody, because there's other churches out there that do way more and are way better at this than we are, for sure. It's not downgrading us either. It's just the reality of it. There's churches that run buses every Sunday that bus in 200 to 300 kids, easy. But for us just starting, it's not much, but it's a start.
Now that you mentioned it, we did go 5 times because we got Logan, and then we went the next time and he wasn't home.
He wasn't home.
And then we went back and got him. So that was 5.
So I mean, it's been kind of it'll play tricks on your mind when nobody shows up.
This last time, this past Sunday, I was like, man, we hadn't hadn't been able to get out and go like we want to. I was just like, man, how's this going to play out? And he was ready, man.
I mean, if you don't go here, you haven't seen the transformation. So the first Sunday we brought Logan. Logan is he's under 5. That's all I know. I know for sure he's under 5. He's either 5 or he's under 5. Something that age bracket. He come out the first Sunday. I want to say he's in like a pair of little blue jeans, a t-shirt, and some little tennis shoes or something like that. And Logan might be 3 feet tall, maybe. And the way me and Alan have figured it out is I'm better at knocking on doors, but when it comes to knocking on them Sunday morning, I have no luck at all. And every time I ride the van to pick them up, nobody comes. So I pull myself from the equation and let Alan and Brother Paul go, and it's worked every time. So so Alan and Paul went Sunday morning, I guess about 9:30.
Yeah.
They knocked on Logan's door. And the way I understand it is Logan come to the door, said, "I'll be back. I'm going to get dressed." Next thing you know, from the first Sunday he came in his little T-shirt and blue jeans, my guy Logan comes out in a button-up,
pair of slacks,
and some loafers.
Leather loafers, bro.
He was ready. And the story goes on. We take him home. He doesn't want to leave Sunday morning. And mind you, you don't think kids under 5 years old really soak up stuff, but the reality is they do.
Yeah, I sit here and wonder, like, man, is he bored?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want the dude to be bored.
You don't want to have him at a lame service. But the reality is, me and Alan taught Sunday school Sunday, and kids were kids, energetic. And we were energetic with them. Sunday school store day, they was hyped up to buy their candy and their toys. And here's Logan. He's still very fresh. He got him some toys from the Sunday school store. And me and Alan had to almost pull him out of the church because we promised his parents we'd have him home by 12. So we get him home by 12:10.
Yeah.
And
that's not the way to do it, y'all. If you're
no.
Listen.
So we had a scare. No cars at home.
Yeah, actually, when we picked him up that morning, there was a car there.
Yeah. So no cars at home. Alan's 24. I'm 19. Or he's 25. Oh, I forgot. He's 25. You should have seen the look he just gave me. He's 25. I'm 19. And here's this little boy under 5. And we're like, oh no. What are we going to do? So knock on the door. That lady answers. It's not his mom. And she's like, who are you? What do you want? I was like, well, I got Logan. She's like, oh. Well, Logan finally gets off the little church van. His mom finally comes to the door. And I'll spare you the energy he had. He goes, Mom. She goes, what, Logan? He goes, Mom, you are missing out on the fun.
Yeah.
And me and Alan just kind of paused.
Like, what?
And we're like, we really didn't do nothing really special today. But it just kind of, that subtle reminder that, hey, and before we left, I mean, I got chills thinking about it. Every adult that was in the house that I know of was saying they possibly will be here next Sunday.
Yeah, there was one. She was asking all kinds of questions. Where's this church at?
Yeah.
It's
just amazing. Like
I told.
You don't see no effects. I mean, you don't see the behind the scenes of what's working, and it just slowly starts happening. Even though it's just one little kid under 5 years old, it's amazing.
I think it was on the way to church. I asked him, do you have any friends? Stuff you need to tell all your friends. I can't remember exactly what he said, but I think he said he had some. But if you can get, and again, everybody, we're totally new to all this ourselves. This is just what's going through our thought processes right now. But
yeah,
what I was thinking about was if you can get one in the community to coming. If that one has a bunch of friends that he's really close to or she's really close to, you never know. They're maybe like, hey, I had fun. Why don't you come with me next week? And they kind of start doing some of the outreach for you.
Yeah, and that's true. But in our case here, it's kind of been, going back to Brother Williams, it's been a mind deal.
Yeah.
Knowing that this certain community was able to have 80 on a bus every Sunday. Now we're back in it after a year of, everybody knew what 2020 was. we ain't even going there. But you get it. You go back and now you're barely doing good to get one. And you're like, really?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You're out here for 2 hours on Saturday and you're pushing, and everybody gets told the same thing no matter where you go to church. I'll be there next Sunday. And in all sincerity, you really hope they are.
Yeah.
But the reality is, they're saying that, but there's that chance.
And you try.
Maybe I shouldn't be doubting Thomas, but
you try not
real.
to let it bother you that much, but it does.
In
In
a
the
way,
back of your mind, you're like, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
But the thing is if you win one person,
It's worth it.
it's totally worth it all. You want to make sure everyone has the opportunity
Right.
to be exposed to the apostolic doctrine and Pentecost. But what they choose to do with it, is up to them. But sometimes I feel like we can be responsible for being the one that introduces them to Pentecost.
Oh, yeah. for sure.
Introduces them to what we believe. And
we don't have the job of forcing somebody to believe this, but we do have the job of being the best representation we can, being the best, I hope this comes out right, the best lover that we can to the hurting people.
Yes.
I mean, honestly, when we step on the door of some of these places right here, Raw Springs, it takes me back to Honduras.
I was just fixing to say, go ahead.
I mean, you've been to Brazil, is that
Right.
right?
That's what, yeah.
To see some of the, okay, I get it. I know America is not like Brazil or Honduras,
Right.
but when you step on a porch that has a bowl of dog food with flies all in it, and it's wet, and it's the stench, it takes my mind straight back to Honduras. Every house in Honduras was like that for the most part, and it just reminds me over and over, hey, if it could happen there, it can happen here.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was thinking about going with that is I'm one of these people that, and I'm not being judgmental here, but the worse off the situation looks, it's almost as if
You got a better
I feel like
chance.
I may have a better chance at this.
Yeah. Well, in my mind, the reality is, if I'm trying to win souls here in Hattiesburg, yes, the souls in Canebrake need Jesus, but I'm not going to Canebrake.
Right.
They're, it's almost like they're too stuck in their ways. Sometimes
There is
they're not hungry for it because they have pretty much everything they need.
everyone knows, who the Aviars are. And the first time I went to Brazil was northeast Brazil, out towards Maceió.
Mm-hmm.
It's where Bishop Aviar and Sister Janice
Right.
is at. And that, everybody sees that they do a lot of children's work.
Feeding the children? Is that
Yes,
what you're talking about?
feeding the children. And I see if I had a picture on here. When I went, they have a place. You was talking about your place in Honduras where you went, how bad it was. They call it the slums.
Yeah.
And this place, man, was nothing but literally. Here's one picture of it here. You can see. I don't know if I ever showed you this picture. But this is actually, and I'll try to describe it the best way I can to our listeners. But what this is this is a place where they literally carry and dump the trash. It's a trash dump. There's just big piles of
This
trash.
is houses beside it, right?
Yes, what happens is these people that don't have jobs and stuff, they take pallets, anything they can find,
Mm-hmm.
and they set up a house. They board it up with cardboard if they have it. These places have no electricity. They have no clean water.
Right.
They have no bath or shower. They have
It's just a shell.
They have no. I'm trying to think of the proper way to say it here. No waste area,
Yeah.
and so these are people that literally these kids hadn't had baths in like 6-8 months.
Right.
Like it's bad.
Now, this is kind of off note of the condition they live in, but it amazes me. I don't know how it is here in Brazil, but in Honduras, they would have houses just like this with a flat screen and an iPhone.
Some of them are like that. In this area, it's not really like that.
Right.
That area right there is really it's bad.
That kind of made my mind go
Yeah.
insane. It's like, how?
The thing is here is you have a lot of mothers.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're talking mothers that are 14, 15 years old
Right.
and up, and a bunch of children with no fathers. That's just the area this is. It's just what it is. And so you got kids, man, that, they walk out. Some of them don't even have no clothes on. But they have such a realistic love.
Yeah.
Very easy to love.
They're content in their heart. That's something we lack as Americans. I feel like we lack that. We're just like not content in our heart.
We have been, I feel like we're kind of straying a little bit here, but we have been very blessed living in America, and a lot of times our blessings have become our curses.
Oh yeah, for sure. But with me and you both being exposed to these kind of areas, when you step back somewhere like here in Raw Springs, and whatever it is triggers your mind, it just reminds you, hey, if they're doing it there,
Yeah, that's like,
we have no problem here.
me and you kind of have the same mindset. Here, we don't have it as bad as it is there, but when I think of going on outreach, I want to go places like I don't want to go to places like Canebrake. I mean, don't get me wrong, they need Jesus too.
For sure.
But I feel like because I have more personal experience and past experience with
People who
the slums, and you do too now, those places are the places that get my attention. That's like, I was telling you this the other day. I live in, not a bad part of town, but I live right on the edge of some rough areas. And I came out of, I was going in my apartment, and there was this guy sitting at the bus stop with like 2 beers, 2 cans, no shirt, and he's just talking out of his mind. I mean, I don't know. I didn't roll down my window to see what he's saying, but you could tell something wasn't right.
Right.
And he had been there when I drove through, and then when I started to come out, or was it when I came out and came back? Either way, I passed by him twice. And one of the times I passed by him, there was this car that had come through the stop sign and literally stopped in the middle of the road, and the back window was rolled down, and there was this kid, I would say probably 12, 13, 14 years old, with her phone up, recording this guy and just sitting there laughing. I mean, just laughing at the dude. And this guy has no idea what's going on. He's so out of it. You could tell he was drunk, but at the same time, it's almost like, was he on something as well? You don't know.
It's kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah, and that's where my mind went, is like, here we have people, for what cause, I don't know. Some people just drink because they like to drink. Some people drink because they use it as a way of an escape.
Mm-hmm.
But my mind went back to here we have people like this guy. That needs so much help, right? They need so much help, but yet we have people also in this same area that just like think it's funny,
Yeah.
and don't, they don't see
The
like,
reality is they're probably in the same boat themselves. They're just trying to cover it.
and so that people like that, I really would like to reach out to and stuff.
I'll give a quick story right quick that happened last week. I have to be careful here because I doubt anybody from my job ever hears this, but some of my coworkers and stuff have very bad problems with working in certain neighborhoods around here because of the race. But that's besides the point. We had to work in one of those neighborhoods the other day. Rough situation. Standing at the back trailer. We're getting ready to do a change out for a unit. This young boy, probably my age, between my age and your age, he's just going off in the middle of the road. Mind you, it's 7:30 in the morning, 8 o'clock, somewhere in that ballpark. And it just makes your heart wants to go, hey, come here. I got something to tell you. But the reality is you don't want to step into, I would say, a cat fight. Because it was getting pretty rough. That's kind of question.
Pretty intense, huh?
It's one of those moments where you're in a certain neighborhood, not that you have nothing against the people of that neighborhood, but it happens too.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of wish you had packing something with you.
Things can escalate quickly.
Very quickly. Your heart does go out to them.
But, well, we are running out of time already, man. Time's flown by. We hadn't done one so long. It's just, time is just gone.
Still got people to take home from church.
I know we hadn't done one, like I said, in 2 or 3 weeks. And I know there's no excuse.
So,
but I'm going to say it anyway. It's been kind of busy.
Oh, yeah. True.
But we'll try to get back in the groove here. But
you got a shout out? I got one.
I was just thinking about that.
This is not a shout out for a review, but Alan got to talk. We both got to talk a little bit, but Alan got to more Friday night to Brother Eric Adcock. Dude's phenomenal.
Great guy.
Either way, so starting September 6th, which was yesterday, so the first episode is already out. But every Monday from here on out at 7 p.m., this is Pacific Standard Time. Is that right?
Yeah, it'd be
PST?
Yeah, it'd be Pacific, yeah.
Make sure I was all right. Starting at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you're going to catch This Awkward Life on Holy Ghost Radio. You don't want to miss it. It's on Holy Ghost Radio too. Just listen for it right here, not far from home from us. Outstanding guy. Challenge me and Alan to, even with our busy schedules, to be consistent. We'll appreciate it.
Can you impersonate that?
No, I can't. I barely can keep myself going.
Love Brother Adcock.
Well, I guess until next time.
We'll catch y'all later. Like us, subscribe on Instagram, Facebook, and
See you around.
We'll see y'all.